Yeah, intro! Let's go! Welcome back to Kirby's Return to Dreamland. Last time we did, the rest of World 1. This time, as I mess up all my sprites, we are going to head to Raisin Ruins. It's early in the day for me, so I'm not quite talking ready entirely, so forgive the brain a bit for if I talk a little bit less this time. I'm gonna try my best, and I will probably get more in a talking mood as I get warmed up, because I don't actually tend to do vocal or speaking exercise before I start recording, which I'll talk about in a second. Hold on to your hat. With such a long reach, whipping enemies is a snap. Pull enemies or items toward you. This is a well, not completely new ability in the modern age, but this ability introduced in this game, another new ability in this game, from this game. Whip. It's interesting. It charges a grab, which charge moves usually are the most powerful move in the toolkit. It's interesting. It works on like stars, which there's two things that now have like high damage when regular charges, and ones that require stars to do its charges or to do its powerful damage. Whip, however, has another use, as you've seen. I can grab things through walls. Also, I think this is the first level we've seen Gordos. They're literally invincible. Starfies are those big guys. They are immune to inhale, and generally aren't all that much of a threat until you inhale them. But we have seen key Starfies before, which are like Starfies, but they react to the key rather than things. I didn't talk about that last time. What's biggest we use like a lot of the other ones is its low damage output. Again, it needs stars or other enemies to do its thing effectively. Back. Okay, let me see this. I've been kind of black the last few weeks, probably. Unfortunately, unlike for Gorlands, holding down does not actually speed up the timer, regardless if this is a multiplayer game. Oh boy, Needle, no. Needle is the only ability I would call actively bad. It's like bordering on I would rather have nothing than have Needle. it's just weak. This one we want to stay in between the two. Because one opens away, and the other one, well, it would hit you. But it wouldn't destroy the sphere. Yeah. I don't think Needle even appears in that many stages. I believe there is a scene in the priest room I missed. Also, I don't know where the Hell Room is in this game. I might look it up after just like in Forgotten Lands, I'll show it off once I've beaten the game in its own bonus video. Another power-up! Parasol! Block flying objects. Fill your parasol with wind and go for a stroll through the sky. The best comes last. That's right, circle throw. Parasol is interesting. It does have an invincible dash in this game. That's something it did not have in Superstar. I've said this repeatedly. The invincible dash is the best. Having high damage or an invincible dash attack is really what makes a good power-up. Or, like, for arena purposes, in base, use whatever you want. For example, I've been using Beam a lot. Well, okay, I've been using Beam a lot in this playthrough. Because, well, I've been switching a lot. Parasol has interesting stuff. It has a shield that doesn't work. If it worked like a full reflector, fine. It works against the same thing that Spark protects you from, which was single hit projectile. The Parasol does have a constant active hitbox though, for what that's worth. Circle throw is your big damage, but it's actually really hard to hit. It's also one of 4 items that can be used underwater, because no, it cannot be used underwater for some reason. I might regret this. Also, as I said yesterday, the reason why you don't really need to worry about lives, we've lost all the lives we've gained because we get reset to 7 on death. Say hello to the strongest power-up in, like, this game, and for a lot of the games. Hammer. Hammer is always kind of been the strongest. Ow. We are dead. Okay, then. Yeah. But Parasol... Anyways, back to Parasol. Parasol's main draw is that float. It allows you to float like this, which can genuinely be helpful. Me beam. I want my death from above. Technically, a sword would be better because it has an invincible dash. I should explain that. The invincible dash, one, it allows you to hit things without being hit yourself. That's obviously really good. It also allows you to phase through enemy attacks, which is why it's good. It's like a Dark Souls dodge roll. I miss. The music changed when you're low on health. There we go. Jeez. Hammer is strong because of that move. Literally just the dash attack. Yes, there's hammer flip. Hammer flip exists, but it's kind of like Kirby's version of the Falcon Punch. It's really strong, but you're never landing it because 9 times out of 10 you're gonna get hit. But the fire hitbox from the charge does have it. Well, it does have I just said it's a hitbox. It has an active hitbox. Wield the hammer of the kings. Pulverize hard objects. Drive down stakes. Light it on fire. And you got the hammer flip technique, which is in Forgotten Lands. Hammer flip is good. In the 2D games, it's terrible. It's like, it's funny. It's very funny. It does funny amounts of damage. It's like, I believe Hammer Flip does the most amount of damage that any attack can do in the series. Not counting Forgotten Lands, because that game is a little kind of balancing nightmare in terms of its strength. But Hammer Flip does stupid amounts of damage. It just doesn't do a lot of damage. It's slow. The problem is it's slow. Like I said, it's the Falcon Punch. It's funny. It does a lot of damage, but it is slow and you're not hitting it. I think it's like 1, 2. That is 2 seconds. Do you know how hard it is to find 2 seconds to do this? It is really hard. Especially because you need to be in point blank and the enemies is moving. But, yeah, it's fine. But this is why Hammer is good. Like, that is primarily why Hammer is good. It's because of Hammer Twirl. I think it's called Hammer Twirl. Hammer Swing. Hammer also has a weird property. It's the only one with a discard power. And a discard ability. And it hits pretty hard. It's not good. Obviously, you want to keep Hammer because Hammer is one of the strongest battlers in the game, but it's funny and I like it. It's something very unique. But yeah. Hammer. There are 2 things that can destroy these blocks, I believe. Or 3, I think stone can. But burning fire. But specifically the burning part of fire, or that might be different in this game, because traditionally burning can, and hammer can break steel blocks. That, including DDD. Stevie also has that ability to destroy blocks like that. Only 30 stars. I guess that is something that changes in extra mode. We've unlocked Ninja Dojo. I will probably show that either near the end of the series or if I just need some extra footage, the minigame modes. I might just show it off after this level, assuming we have time. Oh, it's probably gonna wait until after the Let's Play. I have to show off the water. I like Hammer, I really do, but if I weren't doing a Let's Play, I would probably try to keep Hammer. Water! A new power-up in this game that then became Poison and Robobot. And then back to water. And, well, there's only one other subsequent game being Star Allies. Look out! You're a water wizard! You're a wizard, Kirby! Okay. Ride the waves, cool down hot flames. Your water gun is supercharged too. Water gun is your underwater ability, which we haven't really seen. So this is why I said there is technically 5 abilities you can use underwater. I wouldn't really consider water's upgraded, I'll show it off in a second. Water gun to be as good as like Sword and Hammer's underwater ability. Sword, Spear, and everything. I don't think Spear appears until pretty late into the game. Outside of Waddle Dee. Anyways, wave attack. That is water's damaging ability. Okay, underwater, your things that aren't in water, things that aren't specifically water, kind of Spear, Sword, and Hammer and Parasol get turned into a water gun. It's not usually what it looks like. It's a weak move that gives you an attacking option, but doesn't really do all that much. But if you want an invincible dash, oh boy does water have an invincible dash. It probably had the longest lasting invincible dash. It is quite good, actually. For being a, like, damage-wise it's weak, but, full of, like, 1.5 seconds of invincibility. And this is really hard on the Wii's D-pad, okay? That does most of your damage, but honestly, that is really hard to actually pull off with the Wii's D-pad. The Wii's D-pad is good. It's just compact, and I do not believe you can use something like the classic controller. I have a classic controller right here. I can literally test that right now. Because if it does work, I'm playing the rest of this game with the classic controller. You cannot use the classic controller. So yeah, you will not see... Another ability we haven't seen yet will also have like a down-up ability. You will not be seeing me use it very often because it's just kind of really hard to pull off. Because you need to not go through, hit the left and right, and that's really hard with my big thumbs. Or medium-sized thumbs. Crash things to bits, transform into who knows what. Uppercut with a fist of rock, slide down slopes, and make rapid progress. Stone. I have a bone to pick with stone, okay? So, here's something good about stone, and specifically this game. The uppercut. Finally, something that allows you to do damage outside of this. That specific ability is garbage. It's useful for puzzle solving, but you'll never see me, outside of it, specifically for puzzles, pick up stone intentionally. Stone is one of the few abilities that has the distinction of actively worse than nothing at times. Let me go over the upsides. One, it does the high damage, I think. Don't quote me on that, I do not remember. It does pretty high damage. You are fully invincible in stone form. Nothing, and I do mean nothing, can hurt you. The problem, you can't hit anybody in this form. And here's something from somebody who does a lot, who played, specifically Superstar Ultra's True Arena, arena modes, decent bit. Or, not even just that. The other arena modes, like, Triple Deluxe. Enemies love to just stand on you. Stand where you're standing. So, yeah, dropping directly on top of your enemies is not exactly the best thing you could be doing a lot of the time. It also has a lot of Easter eggs with its with the different transformations. Yeah, Rick Kine and Coup, Classic Stone, the Strong Man, Block, Kirby. I believe there's the 8-ton weight, other stone. I believe there is a rare chance for the HAL Laboratories logo to show up. I won't be able to show off all the unique transformations. But it's cool. I think the Easter egg is cool. It's just that it saves from absolute... Stone is saved from outside of its puzzle-solving properties and be able to, you know, phase through certain things. The thing that saves Stone from being absolutely worthless in this game is Stone Uppercut, which allows you to safely do damage without risking taking a lot yourself. Because yes, you may be fully invincible, but enemies don't... Standing inside of an enemy's hitbox is not exactly a good idea. Also, fun fact, abilities instantly destroy themselves in the water because you can't usually pick them up. Unfortunately, that also counts for things falling into the water. We don't need that life. We can now show this off. Yeah, Zork can be used underwater. Oh, outside of outside of Hammer, a lot of the underwater abilities, Hammer and Spear, a lot of the underwater abilities are kind of a lot weaker than their above water counterparts, but kind of makes sense. Yeah, Gordos, we've seen them before in this, in like multiple websites. They're completely invincible. I mentioned Gordos before. They're more obstacles than they are enemies. Though they are technically classified as enemies by the game. Warp! Yeah, it's somewhere at the start of this video I said I wasn't going to talk that much, and here I am talking a lot. Irony! This. I might as well. I don't think this is a boss. Because some of the Ultra abilities will be tied to boss fights, and I don't think this is one of them. I am correct. Ultra Beam! Flare Beam! A super ability that you can control as you like. Gather electricity into a ball and move it around at will. Now that's power. Basically, the goal with Beam is to hit things a lot, and you can just get out of it by hitting 2, which is useful. Beam will probably be the one you risk losing the most time with, because it is probably the most time-consuming one. Also a little awkward to control. Because it drifts? The best way I can describe it is it has drift. It's like ice. Yeah, the best way I can describe it is it has drift. Right, this was before this, like, the speed swim. If that was in, like, Kirby Triple Deluxe, I believe, was introduced in the Ultra, the fast swim. Amazing. Alright, here's where I have to be quiet because, again, this is the actual, legitimately hard part. That usually doesn't happen. Usually this thing is going slow enough. I'll whip. Does a pretty decent job at hitting above. But yeah, as you can see, whip cannot be used in water. It really should be able to. Oh, fun fact. Sphere Doomers is, orbs gives you that specific power-up as a fun fact. Not that I'm gonna really use that because base Kirby does a lot of damage to these guys. You can hit your shot! Which I am bad at. Thankfully, as long as you have lives, you just retry. This is the only reason why lives would be at all important. Granted, I think game overing brings you back to, like, the start of the map, so maybe best not to die. Also, here's a little advice. Do not go into water while having something inhaled. You will die. Because you just sink, understandably so. Also, fun fact, enemies do have a chance of dropping healing items. Alright, round 2. Well, we'll die when there's a pet. Guess we're doing this power-up less. Copy less. Ow. One more. I'll see you at the boss. Third tries the charm. Alright, I'm gonna not take either of those this time. This is one of the few games where I genuinely feel like just going base Kirby is a viable option. Yeah, because they've really kind of overtuned base a bit in terms of damage output. Granted, you still rely on enemies giving you attacks you are capable of capitalizing on. Like that. Unfortunately, enemies cannot be hit twice in a row. But yeah. Kirby does a lot. Base Kirby does a lot. So, usually base Kirby is kind of bad for obvious reasons of you generally want to keep your power-ups and whatnot. But in this, it's actually kind of a viable option against bosses. It does a lot. I think it's tied with, like, Hammer Flip for one of the highest damaging things in the game. Or it might just be specifically against the Spear Doomers, who knows. With that, I believe we are kind of past our time limit. See you guys next time. I was like, yeah, we unlock Happy Room 1, which has, like, you know, Cutter. And Leaf, you like Leaf. Fire is okay. Sword is Sword. Everybody likes Sword. Who knows? I like Sword. It's not good. Or at least I'm in class. But it's the tutorial copy ability for a reason. But yeah, see you guys next time.